What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping back into DC vs. Vampires World War V, issue number 9. Now, if you've been keeping up, you know what's going on, and if you haven't been keeping up, check out the link at the top of the video. But to really get into what's been going on, Darkseid has a hold on the planet. With Darkseid's invasion, we see an alliance between heroes and vampires. The new gods showing up to help in this fight. But even with all of this assistance, even with all of these allegiances, they still don't know how to take down Darkseid. And so as his forces sweep across the globe, humanity is fighting for its last breath of air. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we're picking up at the secret sanctuary. We're picking up with the heroes and the new gods. When asked, how do we kill Darkseid? The new gods say they don't believe that there is a way you can kill him. Highfather saying that he's been at this for centuries, approaching a millennia. If he is mortal, they have seen no evidence of this. This is when Orion chimes in and says that there might be something. It's an old prophecy, and it all surrounds Mr. Miracle. He was unusual, raised by Darkseid on Apocalypse. It was cruel and a brutal upbringing, but it brought him closer to Darkseid than anyone else could have ever hoped to be. And from their relationship, it is said that his surrogate father shared a gift, whether it be intentional or not, a topic that has been argued for years. It is said that Mr. Miracle is the only one with the power to kill Darkseid. The power to stop evil incarnate is in his blood and his blood alone. Unfortunately, Mr. Miracle is dead. And so, when asking the gods, what do we do? Highfather says to pray to whatever god you prefer. They're gonna go out there and help whatever is left of humanity. What Green Arrow and the rest of them choose to do with their final days, that's completely up to them. This is where we pick up in Gotham. Ra's al Ghul as Batman and Green Lantern Alfred Pennyworth. They see Gotham on fire, finally back home, and of course Deadman as a baby strapped to his chest. We don't really know the full extent of what their mission is, but we know that it has something to do with John Constantine, has to do with the Stranger, has to do with Dr. Fate. While they head out on their mission, we pick up with our heroes. Today they are having a parlay. Queen Barbara has arrived, and while Grodd and Green Lantern look like they're about to rip each other's heads off, on this day they are here to make peace, because they all know what they're facing up against. The humans are more inclined to let Darkseid continue to kill vampires, but eventually Darkseid's gonna come for humanity. While the vampires do everything they can to try and prove they don't need humanity, they wouldn't be here if that were the case. As we pick up on an island not on any map, we pick up with a ragtag group of heroes, standing as the last line of defense. They do what they can to fight. This is the closest landmass to where Aquaman's kingdom is. Their underwater force's ability to travel is limited, and so if they're gonna launch an attack, it has to be from this island. And Granny Goodness letting him know that you don't need to worry about the resistance here. It is small and minuscule at best, though they do have some things at their disposal, considering this is Dinosaur Island. This is where we see the T-Rexes and all the carnivores come charging out and attacking all of Darkseid's forces. And when Frankenstein charges in on Darkseid, Darkseid grabs hold of him, saying that this Earth presents him with new abominations every single day, but this one he finds most curious. This is when Highfather arrives, and telling the new gods that if you came all this way to save them, to save these people, you're already too late. Taking us back over to our heroes and Queen Barbara. They're discussing what their options are, and what we learn is that the vampires knew about Darkseid. They knew about it because of Hal Jordan. He knew his arrival was inevitable. He sent out his fellow Lanterns to investigate. Meanwhile, Nightwing before her worked to get all the aliens off planet as quickly as possible. That way Darkseid's gaze didn't come down on them. Secretly, they set out to build a weapon that could have battled the forces of Apocalypse. She says all of it would have worked had you humans not destroyed it. Some would argue that they didn't destroy it, but Green Arrow does say that he blew up a lot of their stuff. Very possible that he could have blew up a secret weapon and just not known that it was a secret weapon. But then they go in talking about how her people hadn't killed Mr. Miracle, Darkseid wouldn't even be this angry. This is when Gorilla Grodd chimes in, and he says that he highly doubts that Aquaman even killed Mr. Miracle or the Miracle Child, saying that he would never openly defy the Queen like that. And if for some reason he were to, he would be more deceitful. He was scheming and he was vicious. He called himself Master of the Seven Seas. If he doesn't want someone to drown, they're not gonna drown. Grodd's assuming that he might be locked down there in the kingdom still. So Cyborg and his team, they don't waste any time. They head down into the depths. But as they head down here, the Atlanteans are already attacking them. And while others don't really understand why Queen Barbara just doesn't tell Aquaman to release it, to release Mr. Miracle and everything else, Aquaman was barely loyal to the throne. Now that he is dead, the Atlanteans are only loyal to Mira. Back on the surface, we have the gods fighting against Darkseid and his forces. But while this battle rages on, we see a retreat of Darkseid's forces. This is a parlay. Darkseid is calling Highfather here. Darkseid only wants to speak. I will point out he is still holding Frankenstein in his hand, almost like it's a toy that he found and he just doesn't want to let it go. But he asks Highfather, do you know what you are fighting for? All these years, centuries that they have fought, you have thought me a monster, some perversion of the natural order, some vile spreading through the universe like a disease. And so you have traveled across the stars to make your bed with whomever would seek to stop the spread of this disease. But you never once considered that you might one day align yourself with something far worse than me. That maybe, just maybe this once, the cure is worse than the disease. Showing Highfather Wonder Woman. Darkseid's argument to Highfather is that the thing you are trying to save on this planet would be the very thing that would try to destroy you, would try to take over every single planet that they visit. Is this fight worth it to you? Now, down underneath the waves, under the sea, Darkseid's forces have breached Atlantis. But as they come in, Cyborg and his team, they turn. They start fighting. But they very quickly learn that Mr. Miracle, he isn't dead. Cyborg, thankful, finally, we gotta win. Where is he? Can you find him? And they know where he is. Mr. Miracle just stole their ship, holding his baby in arms. He is headed back up to the surface. He is headed for Darkseid. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. DC vs. Vampires has been an absolutely phenomenal story. You guys know I love some Elseworld stories, and this one's really no exception. It has been absolutely phenomenal. Darkseid is definitely something I didn't see coming, but I'm really glad that he showed up because it changes the aspects of where this story is going and how it's all gonna play out. Now, Mr. Miracle doesn't appear to know that his father is here. Once he finds out Darkseid is here, it might change things just a little bit. To what regard, we're not really sure yet. We don't even know if the prophecy's true. We don't know if Mr. Miracle actually has the capability to do anything to Darkseid. And it also looks like Darkseid is trying to get Highfather on his side, trying to get the new gods on his side, saying, you have fought me for all of these years, all of these decades, all of these centuries, almost a millennia, but you might be fighting on the wrong side this time. My side might actually be the right side considering the state of this planet, the plague that is on this planet. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with DC vs. Vampires. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, make sure that you have liked the video, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.